You suck at Warzone 2. This is you when you play Warzone 2, and this is me. Luckily, I don't suck at Warzone 2. So pay attention to what I do and what I say in this video, and I guarantee you will win the next match of Warzone 2 that you play, and if you don't, you will get a 10% bigger PP guaranteed. Hello, my name is Milky, and I make Warzone 2 content, and in the back of this video where I explain how to get more wins and higher kill games, you can watch me do exactly that, so stick around for this entire video. You're not going to want to miss the ending. Jumping right into the first thing, and it's not even a strategy thing, this is a mindset thing that will help you perform better in Warzone. It is curb your expectations. You are not Scump, you are not Iceman Isaac, you are not Z-Laner or Joe or any of these full-time streamers. That is not you. Stop thinking that you need to get 25 kills every game, winning 3, 4, 5, 6 games in a row to be a good player. You don't need to do that. You don't need to stress out about getting high kills or winning multiple games in a row. If you do it, that's fantastic. But the reality is, if you're watching this video, it's not you. These guys, it is their full-time job to be good at the game. They play the game 8 to 12 hours a day, every day. They are expected to be better. They are the top 0.01% of players. You are not. Now, if you listen to the advice in this video, if you do what I do, and if you listen to what I say, you can be a top 5% or a top 1% player, okay? I don't win every game that I play. I don't get insane kill games. I have a PR of about 30, I think, but I'm not crazy. I'm not dropping 30 bombs every other game. I'm a top 1% player. I'm just some random dude on the internet. You can listen to me and you can move up in the ranks of Warzone 2. You can be, like I said, a top 5, top 1% player easily. And that's going to take us right into the actual first thing that you can implement in your next game, and that is positioning is king. Learn the map, learn where the circle is going to close, and it's not like you can master this to a perfect science, but the circle is typically going to close around the center. It's going to move a little bit up, down, left, right, depending on the zone and the RNG of the game. But you can get a pretty good idea of where the zone is moving, what direction it's pulling. And as long as you're not hanging out on the edge of the zone and you're already kind of in the center of it, you will get way more games where you're placing higher, like top 10, top 5 for sure, and you're gonna win way more games because you are already prepared for where the zone is. You can pick off people who are rotating in late, you can get better positioning and hold that position, and one of the biggest things is to not be a rat. Don't sit in a random building on the edge of the zone or pick a random building that's in the middle of the zone and never peek a window or set up 7 claymores and sound whore everything. Pick a building and become a stationary turret. Become the Terminator of that building. If somebody comes within 50 meters of your bubble, you are taking them out of your bubble. You are removing that threat and locking down a safe position in the zone. You will see that later in this game. I end up spending a lot of time in a building that is center zone. It gives me a lot of opportunity to rotate, and it helps me to hold a position down where lots of people are rotating in. It gives me a lot of free kills, and it's one of the ways that you will win more games. And I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but you know, learn the map. Learn certain buildings that are more advantageous to stay in than others. Learn if certain buildings have multiple ways to get up to the roof, or if there's only 1 or 2 ways, whatever it might be. Learn the map. And if there's an area that you're not comfortable with, drop in that area, explore that area, take a look around and figure out what buildings are going to be better for late game rotations so that you're not getting caught in situations where you run up a stairwell thinking it's only going to be 5 levels and it's actually 10 and you die to the gas. Moving right along, you got to use meta weapons and meta loadouts. Now I know what you're saying, but I enjoy using my rocket launcher knife loadout. Okay, well you can use it and it's maybe a lot of fun to use it, but you are not gonna win games with that loadout. As of recording this video, the RPK, the Fennec, the Lockman sub, Those are meta guns. And if you use those guns, when you fight against other players who are using those guns, you have a better chance of surviving and winning the gunfight. If you're using goofy guns, if you're using stupid attachments, you're gonna lose more gunfights. And I don't want to hear that you're confused when you're using a friggin' I don't even know any of the other guns because I'm a meta slave and I'm a horrible human being and I play what's meta. But like, if you're using a really dumb like semi-auto burst rifle or the M16, then just like, you're gonna lose most of your gunfights. Don't use those guns. Use the real guns that are doing a lot of damage, and you'll win more gunfights and you'll actually survive long enough to win a game. And with your loadouts, when it comes to the perks and stuff, pick the perk packages that seem to be the best. When the perks weren't working and people were using the bird's eye or whatever it was that was giving people infinite UAVs essentially, if you know about that exploit and you're purposely not using it, you are putting yourself at a disadvantage against other players. And I'm using the word exploit. It was really just a glitch. It was something that was in the game that didn't necessarily need to be in the game, or something just wasn't working properly. But if you learn about those types of things, then use them to your advantage within reason. Don't use weird exploits where you're going to drop through the map and you can shoot through the floor, or when the stim glitch was the thing in Warzone 1. That's a cheesy, really dumb way to win. If you want to be an actual better player, look at the things that are in the game that the devs have put in there for whatever reason and use them. And speaking of loadouts, let's talk about the fact that you do not need to stress about getting your loadout. Specifically in Warzone 2, it's a lot different than the original Warzone, where getting your loadout was really mandatory to be competitive or even have a chance of winning the game. Whereas Warzone 2 has done a better job of balancing the weapons, but it's also done a better job of making it so you don't need your loadout to be competitive. There are limited loadouts on the map. The loadouts, when they drop for the entire lobby, are all in a line. Everybody needs to go to the same boxes. There's also a limited number that you can buy as of recording this video. That might change in the future. I wish I had a crystal ball and I could tell you, wow, this is what's going to change, but I can't. I'm just a stupid person who lives in the present and I can't see into the future. I know it's very lame and disappointing. The main point is, don't give up a good game just to get your loadout. If you've got a really good position and you found decent weapons on the ground, there's no reason to go get your loadout. Just because you want that AR that maybe has a little bit less recoil doesn't mean that you can't win the game with whatever, the TAC 56 that you picked up or the Fennec that you found on the ground. It's probably as good as the one that you have in your loadout, just slightly different. Don't kill yourself trying to get it. That's all I'm saying. And in the same vein as that, don't stress about pushing for kills. High kill gameplays are like 7 kills. Specifically in solos, but even in squads gameplay, if you get more than like 5 or 6 kills, you are doing better than almost everybody in the lobby. This comes back to curbing your expectations. High kill gameplays have been spoiled because of Warzone 1. In reality, if you're getting 7 to 10 to 12 kills, you are like crushing the competition in that lobby. There is no reason to push for kills early or even mid game. Most of your kills in a high kill game are going to come late game, when you have a good position and you can catch players or teams rotating in late, pushing in from bad positions, coming out of buildings because the gas is pushing them out, things like that. You're gonna rack up 5, 6 kills late game easily. I'm pretty sure most of my kills come in the last 2 circles. If I end up winning a game or getting a high kill game, like 15, 16, 20 kills, most of the kills are coming in the late game. UAVs aren't a thing. People riding in vehicles aren't as much of a thing as they were in Warzone 1. So it's really not justifiable to be running around the map like a madman when late game is what's going to feed you most of the kills. As long as you have good positioning, you found a half decent weapon, you're not running around with a shotgun and a lever action rifle, you're gonna do pretty good. Listen, if you've enjoyed this video so far, you've learned anything new, or you're just entertained by me, I would really appreciate if you drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new so you can catch some future content. I live stream, I play the game, I upload videos like this, shorts pretty much daily. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, let's talk about the last little bonus tips. These are just a few things. They will help you, but I don't feel like I need to go over them as in detail as the other things. Stuff like tuning your settings, that's both the audio settings and the graphics settings, depending on your console or your PC. Make sure that you're not, playing on a 55-inch TV with the sound blasted in your recliner. I'm looking at you, 50-year-old dads playing Warzone 2. Listen, there's nothing wrong if you're 55 and you're playing on your 55-inch TV. I didn't realize that I used the same number of inches as yours, but hey, you know what? It's a happy accident. All I'm saying is you are not setting yourself up to succeed. You are really setting yourself up at a disadvantage if you're not playing with tuned audio settings, tuned graphics settings, or being, aware that you're playing on a not so optimal setup. On top of that, I would highly recommend practicing your input. If you're on controller, play with your controller more. Figure out what settings work best for you. If you're on PC, run around, figure out how your PC works, dial in your sensitivity, figure out if there are keybinds that you want to change. Just practice your settings, do some aim training, play multiplayer so that you can get more, my brain literally turned off right there, but play some multiplayer so that you become more aware of your surroundings. You learn what the weapons sound like, what footsteps sound like. Not that there's any audio in this fucking game anyways, but just practice makes perfect. If you can't spend 12 hours a day playing like Iceman Isaac or these other top streamers, at least, if you want to get better, put an hour a day into it. You will get better if you're only putting half an hour every 3 days. So just put some more time in, practice, and you will get better. You will succeed at the game. Listen, a lot of this is probably common sense, but if you're watching this video, it's because it wasn't common sense to you before watching this video. So put these things into practice, learn how to rotate properly and position yourself advantageously in the game. Use meta weapons. Don't stress about getting your loadout, but if you can get it, if you can rotate to it or it's safe, get your meta weapons, use meta stuff. Don't use goofy things that you build yourself if you're able to get those valuable loadouts, and make sure that you're not stressing. You're not stressing about getting loadouts, or you're not stressing about getting high kill games. Those things will come to you if you're patient, if you position yourself properly, and if you curb your expectations, because you aren't going to be the next top streamer or the next top gamer. You just need to accept it, and you can still be a top 5%, top 1% player in Warzone 2. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Watch to the end. This one's wild. I'm telling you, there is an insane... I get lucky, okay? That's the last tip, is get lucky in certain situations, and boy, do I get lucky at one point in this game. I hope you enjoy watching the rest of it. See you guys next time. Peace. Oh! I double no-scoped him. Holy shit, actual. Holy shit, actual, though. Okay. Yeah, no, that's wild, dude. If I saw that kill cam, I would actually vomit. If that happened to me, I actually would throw up. That's degenerate. What? I think this guy's low. I think he's inside. Oh no. Woo! We played for the win and we got it, boys. GG. I cannot believe I just double no-scoped that guy. Oh my God.